Support for the Martha Bassett Show comes from Wake Forest Baptist Health, an academic medical center whose physicians and researchers are working to invent tomorrow's treatments today. More at wakehealth.edu.
Hi, I'm Martha Bassett, and today we're airing our show from March 3rd, 2018. Mollie O'Brien is one of my favorite singers in the whole world, and it was a thrill to have her on the show with her husband, Rich Moore. Joining me in the band, collaborating with all of the guests, was Fiona Burdett on cello and mandolin, Russell Kelly on electric guitar, Sarah Howell Miller on percussion and keyboards, Alex McKinney on dobro, and Pat Lawrence, our announcer, on bass. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Martha Bassett Show, coming to you from the historic Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. The Martha Bassett Show features national artists, local talent, and the music of Martha Bassett. We have a great show for you tonight. Our featured guests are two true explorers of American roots music, Mollie O'Brien and Rich Moore. Also on the show today, we're excited to have Rex McGee and his family hailing from King, North Carolina. Rex continues to redefine the banjo and the fiddle, taking them to new heights. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some good music for good people. Now, let's give a big hand to Martha Bassett.
Nobody cried when the wicked witch died. They laughed as she melted away. So let this be a lesson. If it's evil you're messing with, nobody cried when the wicked witch died. Now maybe you heard about a young boy who cried out wolf all the time. He let out a scream, but when the people all came, he appeared to be doing just fine. And then one day that old wolf come around and found that boy who'd been cheating. And though he was scared, there wasn't nobody cared, and they laughed as his body was eaten. Nobody cried when the wicked witch died. They laughed as she melted away. So let this be a lesson. If it's evil you're messing with, nobody cried when the wicked witch died. Rex McGee. Maybe you heard about the three little pigs and the houses that they had been making. But then a wolf come around trying to blow the house down. He intended on eating some bacon. Well, he huffed and he puffed, but it wasn't enough. So he went on up to the roof. And as the wolf climbed higher, the pig lit a fire, and he had himself a wolf suit. Nobody cried when the wicked witch died. They laughed as she melted away. So let this be a lesson. If it's evil you're messing with, nobody cried when the wicked witch died. Mr. Alex McKinney. Big brother, little sister took a walk in the woods, messed around and lost their direction, until they found a sweet place made of cookies and cake, candy apples and other confection. After eating all day, Lord, they couldn't get away from a woman who was much thinner. But there was no loss of loving as they pushed her in the oven, and they ate that witch for dinner. we'd like to give you a sneak peek of what's coming up in the second half of this show. I would like to bring out Mollie O'Brien and Rich Moore. Yay!
Take a look inside, I've got nothing left to hide. Take me as I am, not as I wanna be. The why we'll never know, we passed that long ago. Is and was is all we're ever gonna be. And he's almost shade down by the river, feels a breath and it makes him quiver. Takes a breath and then takes a dive alone. But the dead don't no vacation down in that subway station. The only break they take is to the bone. They're waiting on a train to take them home. They're just waiting on a train to take them home. I don't think I see much of anything for me in visions of the past or the ever after. Now is what can be, all the rest is wait and see. And those prophets never hear that cosmic laughter. And gypsies in their wagons rolling never hear those death bells tolling, never take no notice of the toll. Yeah, but I do, and my pulse beats quicker. Scornful looks and no one snickers. Stop my heart and singing like a stone. I'm waiting on a train to take me home. I'm just waiting on a train to take me home. This ain't what it seems, it's not the stuff of dreams. Nothing is as clear as this confusion. The somewhat welcome news is there is no way to lose, because what isn't real is genuine illusion. And it's all about that graveyard dancing. Some sit still, some still prancing, some get lost between them in a zone. Train to take them home. We're all waiting on a train to take us home. Just waiting on a train. I'm just waiting on a train to take me home. Thank you so much. How about this thing that Martha Bassett's put together along with her partner, Pat? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. We're very excited that we were asked to do this. We don't get to North Carolina too often, and we're just real happy to be here in this beautiful part of the state. This is a song written by the great, great Lucinda Williams. It's called Big Red Sun Blues. Everything is going wrong. It's not right anymore. We can't seem to get along the way we did before. Sun is hanging in the sky, sinking big red sun, big red sun, big red sun blues. True love to hold, it's worth everything. It's worth more than gold or any diamond ring. But this little diamond and a heart that's been broken are all I got from you, you big red sun. How am I gonna lose these big red sun blues? Big red sun, big red sun, big red sun blues. Look out at that western sky, out over the open plains. God only knows why. This is all that remains. But give me one more promise and another kiss, and I guess the deal's still on. You big red sun. How am I gonna lose these big red sun blues? Big red sun, big red sun, big red sun blues. How am I gonna lose these big red sun blues? Big red sun, big red sun, big red sun blues. Thank you. What a band, huh?
Mollie O'Brien and Rich Moore.
Thank you. We'll be back.
All right, I'd like to bring out another friend. He's sort of a local boy. He lives in King, and I've been playing music with him on and off since sometime in the late 90s. But would you please put your hands together for Rex McGee?
I'm going to bring out a family member. Ladies and gentlemen, on the fiddle, my oldest daughter, 15, Sylvia McGee. There's more. There's another McGee. There's always another McGee. And I want to bring out Mr. Gus McGee, 12-year-old flat picker, extraordinaire, and actually the guy with the good hair in the family, you know. So.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported by G&B Energy, in operation since 1930 with 9 locations and a selection of gas lighting, awnings, and outdoor grills and appliances. More at gbenergy.com. We had a fun time talking with Rex McGee backstage. Rex is one of his generation's most eclectic and well-respected banjo players, and he lives right here in King, North Carolina. When did the banjo come in?
When I was 12.
When you were 12,
yeah.
about the little before about the...
Yeah, and so that my cousin Steve Easter, he lives in Kernersville, he was playing Scruggs-style banjo, a few tunes. He had came to a family reunion, and I saw him play there, and he came up to the house and brought me his Earl Scruggs book. And because really what had happened, I went to my grandpa Easter, and he had this old cheap harmony banjo, and he gave that to me on the condition that I learned how to play it. And I just, at that age, we had some guitars around the house, but they were always hard to push the strings down, and the banjo was so easy. And so I started spending time with it. And then the Scruggs book, I really got absorbed in it. It was a good retreat from whatever was going on. And pretty soon I was spending all of my waking time away from school, on the banjo.
When did you get interested in doing the classical stuff?
As far as banjo, I guess, or classical music in general, really, again, around the time that I was doing the bebop stuff on the banjo, I really listened for the first time to all of the Beethoven Fifth Symphony. But then Bach struck me in a real heavy way when I was about 17. So I'm listening to Beethoven, but I'm still got so many things going on with listening to jazz and bluegrass and writing my own stuff. And as a teen, that I wasn't really looking for, a solid education in classical music. But then something about the Brandenburg Concerto just turned me on all of a sudden. So I really listened to that, and the harpsichord cadenza in that thing is a real spectacular thing. So I had these fantasies of being able to learn that on the banjo. And then just a few years after that, listening to the solo partitas and sonatas, and then trying to work on that in my mid to late 20s, gave me a few classical styled chops on the banjo.
All right, this next song was written by Sarah Howell Miller. It's called Ain't I a Woman, and it was based on the Sojourner Truth speech that was given in 1851. And I invite you to sing along whether you are a woman or not.
once met a woman, said her name was Truth, and that's what she spoke, and now I'll tell it to you. She said, I plowed and I planted and I've gathered in, but all of the profits went to powerful men. She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? She said, I bore 5 children, sat on my knee, and watched them all sold into slavery. And when I cried with a mother's grief, well, no man but Jesus ever listened to me. She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? You say I can't have the rights that you, sir, can, 'cause you are like Jesus in that you are a man. Well, tell me, where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman, God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? She said, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I, ain't I a woman? Sarah Howell Miller.
It's intermission time here at the Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina. The Martha Bassett Show is produced in collaboration with WFDD Public Radio.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin, a source of travel information for downtown Elkin, the Yadkin Valley, and beyond. Downtown Elkin features historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining. More at exploreelkin.com or on Facebook. Remember, you can listen to and share all of our shows in podcast form through your favorite platform or on our website. Now it's back to the Reeves Theater stage with Mollie O'Brien and Rich Moore.
We're very happy to be here with you, and we're going to do some of our wild and wacky ruminations through the American music landscape, starting with a Dave Van Ronk song. Not a dollar, not a nickel, not a penny to my name. I'm the queen of Tap City. I'm out of the game. A nickel up, a nickel down, another nickel gone. Ain't got a nickel left to carry me on. If I ever get back on my feet, I'll move from Saturday Alley up to Sunday Street. I'll get a paradise that makes me 7 all the time. I'm gonna be living on chicken and wine. I want caviar, 4-star Johnny Walker Black, and 6 pretty boys in my gold Cadillac. I'm gonna move where the living is sweet, from Saturday Alley up to Sunday Street. Well, my hands are shaking and I ain't feeling well from drinking King Kong liquor and cheap muscatel, but a little taste of bourbon and breakfast in bed. $6 million can't raise the dead, just me and the other elite. We're raising high class hell up on street. Everybody says I'm talking out of my head, but nobody badmouths the broad with the bread. All the whores are gonna grab their drawers and say, there goes the trick who mugs Santa Claus. You know it pays to be discreet when you're talking to the queen of Sunday Street. Not a dollar, not a nickel, not a penny to my name. I'm the queen of Tap City, I'm out of the game. A nickel up, a nickel down, another nickel gone. Ain't got a nickel left to carry me on. If I ever get back on my feet, I'm gonna go where the living is sweet. Just me and the other elite. We'll move from Saturday Alley up to Sunday Street. Thank you so much. So everybody, I think hopefully you know that. How many people are seeing us for the first time? Oh, wow. Great.
Wow.
You came just on the basis of Martha and Pat's recommendation. That's good. That's good.
How many of you think it might be the last time you'll be out to see us? Yep. Hey, yeah, there's one in every crowd. Yeah, there you are. So.
Well, we're going to do a song about young love. And Rich and I, what I was going to tell you was that if you haven't seen us before, then maybe you don't know that Rich and I are married to each other. And we have been for coming up on 35 years, which is hard to believe to me, but...
Is that all?
I know, is that all? Seems a lot longer than that now.
We can't get divorced. I mean, we don't want to get divorced, but even if we wanted to get divorced, it's like someone's got to clean the basement. And I'm not doing that, so let's just stay married. You know, and have you looked in the attic lately? God, all this stuff here. So we're going to have to deal with it, yeah. So just stay together, really. Let the kids deal with it.
Let the kids do it.
You'll be gone soon enough, so, you know. Here's how many are here with your first love? Oh, all right, yeah, all right. You know, I'm always pleased when I see one hand go up and then the other, because if one hand goes up and then not the other, somebody's cleaning the basement. So, yeah.
But this is a beautiful song about first love. 5 roads led from Central Square, but only one led home, while down the other 4 there lay a world I'd never known. I saw 3 stars among the clouds, a good sign some might say. I saw the road that led to home, but I took another way. I met the boy I came to love one night in Central Square. I loved the way he sang his songs. I loved his coal black hair. I heard him sing, the water is wide and Johnny's gone to sea, and Spanish is the loving tongue, while he looked right at me. He took me home with him that night. I carried his guitar. He gave to me his only bed while he lay on the floor. I kissed him when I went to bed. I lay awake past 3, and I was nearly sleeping when I heard him call for me. we drew apart. For I was younger than my years and did not know my heart. I sang along with him one night in quiet harmony until I realized the song was his farewell to me. I made the worst mistake of all. I turned and left him there, and winter had come in when I stepped out in Central Square. I saw 3 stars among the clouds, a good sign some might say. I saw the road that led to home, but I took another way. I saw the road that led to home, but I took another way.
Thank you.
When you touch my hand and talk sweet talk, I get a knock in my knees and a wobble in my walk, and I'm trembling. Ooh, I'm shaking. When you take me in your arms and talk romance, my heart starts doing the same body stance, and I'm pinned. Ooh, when I'm shaking. Early in the morning time, late in the middle of the night, whatever this chill comes over me, I gotta argue with all of my mind. Oh yes, and I'm a-jumping. Ooh, I'm shaking. A chill and a fever, so I've been told. Make sure your head spin around and your feet run cold. I got fever, and I'm shaking. I feel like I've been run through the mill. I keep running around, I can't stay still. I'm so jittery. Ooh, when I'm shaking. Samson was a mighty good man, strongest in his day. Along came Delilah and clipped his wig, and it looks like it took me the same old way. So I'm nervous. Ooh, when I'm shaking. A storm rocks a ship on a sea. The wind shakes the leaves on the tree. I'm like a nervous rig, and I'm all shook up, and that's what you're doing to me. Oh yes, and I'm a-jumping. Ooh, I'm shaking, and I'm sweating, and I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Thank you very much.
Wake Forest Baptist Health is the exclusive healthcare sponsor of the Martha Bassett Show. Wake Forest Baptist Health has more than 300 primary care and specialty locations throughout the region, and a world-class team providing comprehensive care in cancer, orthopedics, cardiovascular health, and more. wakehealth.edu. Rex McGee joined Martha on one of her original songs. Along with his groundbreaking work on the banjo, Rex is also known for his fiddle playing. He started at 4 years old and is steeped in history as the grandson of legendary fiddler Ralph McGee.
And this next song, I hadn't done it in a long time, and I played a a show last weekend at Muddy Creek Music Hall opening for Claire Hawley. That's somebody else I need to bring here. And somebody requested this song. And this is the first song I ever wrote, like ever. The song is called Kippy Dooley, and you'll hear in the chorus a little bit of our North Carolina song, Tom Dooley. I figured Tom and Kippy were both two men who died for a crime that they didn't commit, so that was kind of the thread between the two. This is Kippy Dooley. In the hills where the new river cuts like a knife, where farmers and miners make home, lived a poor man so restless he would bet his young life on two wheels and bright shining chrome. Herbie's back from California with a cool evil gaze, all leather tattoos and rock and roll. Oh, to be like his cousin with his big city ways, Kippy Dooley never feared for his soul. You can hang down your head with your long dark hair. You can hang down your head and cry. You can hang down your head, 'cause the world just ain't fair. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Herbie thought he'd escaped to his home. He departed with a bag of cold cash and cocaine. Now a man can run from the trouble that he started, but the devil will follow all the same. And the wrong man was waiting unpaved, and the birds cried out loud as he fell. He was thinking about Jesus, but before he was saved, he was gunned down by the angels of hell. You can hang down your head with your long dark hair. You can hang You can hang down your head, 'cause the world just ain't fair. Poor boy, you're bound to die. You can hang down your head with your long dark hair. You can hang down your head and cry. You can hang down your head, 'cause the world just ain't fair. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Oh, poor boy, you're bound to die. Thank you.
Honey, how did things go today?
Well, I spoke to Rex's teacher today, and we should have a talk.
Did he get in trouble? Did he eat paste on a dare again?
No, not the paste thing again. Miss Taylor says it's time for all the students to pick an instrument to play in band, and, Rex is insisting that he wants to play the banjo.
No, that is a very, very bad idea. It's not a band instrument. It's not very versatile. And mostly, what about all the jokes?
Yeah, I don't know. I think banjo might be good for Rex, and it could help him focus. And how many banjo jokes can there possibly be?
Okay. What's the difference between a banjo and a Harley Davidson? You can tune a Harley. What's the difference between a banjo and a trampoline? What? You take your shoes off to jump on a trampoline. Okay, what's the difference between a banjo and an onion? No one cries when you cut up a banjo. Well, what about that creepy song from the movie Deliverance?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like that one as much, huh?
No, it's certainly not gonna help Rex make friends at school. Ooh.
And you know how Rex has a hard time focusing. What if he wants to play other styles of music? You never hear anyone play Miles Davis or John Coltrane, any kind of jazz on the banjo.
I never thought of that, but yet it makes sense. And, the banjo doesn't really seem capable of playing jazz music.
And he's going to go through his rock and roll phase, like we all did. What's he gonna do then? Amaze his friends with his rockin' covers of Led Zeppelin on his banjo?
Yeah, that would be just impossible. You're right, banjo is so not a good idea. And we won't have to hear those jokes.
Okay, just a few more. What's the definition of perfect pitch? An accordion hitting a banjo in a dumpster.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. What's the definition of an optimist? A banjo player with a mortgage. Okay.
Sorry, Rex.
Just one more. A young child told his mother, "When I grow up, I'm going to play the banjo." And his mother responded, "Well, honey, you can't do both."
So what do you think then? He definitely shouldn't play banjo. Should he play trombone? He seems like he'd be a good trombone player.
Trombone it is.
Yeah! Rex McGee!
Ready?
Every night in the week, well, I want you by my side. When you're not here, oh Lord, I can't be satisfied. I need your good loving every night in the week. People say I should know I ain't getting a fair deal, but they don't know about the way that I feel. I need your good loving every night in the week. On Monday, we go to the movies. Tuesday, everything's groovy. Wednesday, we go to the park. Thursday, I'm happy as a lark. On Friday, we go out balling. On Saturday, we don't do no calling. On Sunday, I'm as blue as a girl can be. Somebody's taking my man away from me. I need your good loving every night in the week. I need your good loving every night in the week. Go Rich. Yeah. On Sunday, I'm as blue as a girl can be. Somebody's taking my man away from me. I need your good loving every night of the week. I need much.
Did you two meet in New York?
No, we met in Denver.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
at the Denver Folklore Center on April Fool's Day. Has a music store and also had a couple of classrooms upstairs. That's where Hot Rise met, and it was the place that everybody stopped when they were going through town or they were playing in Denver. They also had a concert hall, but Denver was kind of an oasis between Chicago and the West Coast because there was not much in between, really.
Yeah. And you have 2 daughters?
2 girls. And we just I have to give you a copy. We have a new CD. Well, it's about a year old, but it's called Daughters.
Right. Yeah,
Lawrence.
Lucy took trumpet lessons at school in junior high, and we never heard her practice. And she brought it home at Christmas. I said, "Do you play the trumpet?" She goes, "Yes, Dad, I do." I said, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." And I took some music out of her case, and I said, "Play this." And she played it just like falling off a log. So, all right, I believe you.
And then just before the last payment we made on the trumpet, she said, "I'm going to switch to piano." So
You could probably edit all that out.
she don't want to hear that. But
And Brigid loves music, loves singing. We made that album, and they both did some homework. Brigid did a lot of homework on what songs to sing and record and choose, and it was great. Although I joke that some families can't get through dinner without killing each other, and we got through. We've made 2 CDs now with them. One with just the 4 of us, and then the bass player, and then we made one a couple of years prior to that with the 4 of us and Mollie's brother Tim and his 2 boys, and we had a drummer. So O'Brien Party of 7.
Yes.
So
and then we did, here's these kids, they've never really been in any bands. And we did a tour in California where we probably did 7 gigs in 10 days. So it was quite a bit.
Strawberry. And
Did a lot of travel. And afterwards we asked our kids, what'd you think? And Brigid said, "Man, it's a lot of standing around talking to people afterwards." Would you please welcome Mrs. Martha Bassett to the stage? She's going to sing a song with us. Martha and I are both from West Virginia. I grew up in Wheeling, and she grew up in Summersville. And as we know, West Virginians are fighting very hard these days for many things. And some of it's changed, some of it's not. And this song was written by the great Hazel Dickens. And it's all about how it's sometimes you just got to leave. It doesn't necessarily mean it's just about West Virginia. It could be about any place, really, having to leave to make things work. We're going to sing this song now, West Virginia, My Home. West Virginia, oh my home. West Virginia's where I belong. In the dead of the night, in the still and the quiet, I slip away like a bird in flight back to those hills, the place that I call home. Well, it's been years now since I left there, and this city life's about got the best of me. I can't remember why I left so free, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to see, but I can sure remember where I come from. West Virginia, oh my home. West Virginia's where I belong. In the dead of the night, in the still and the quiet, I slip away like a bird in flight back to those hills, the place that I call home. Well, I paid the price for the leaving, and this life I have's not the one I thought I'd find. Let me live, love, let me die. Virginia, oh my home. West Virginia's where I belong. In the dead of the night, in the still and the quiet, I slip away like a bird in flight back to those hills, the place that I call home. I can almost smell the honeysuckle vine. In the dead of the night, in the still and the quiet, I slip away like a bird in flight back to those hills, the place that I call home. In the dead of the night, in the still and the quiet, I slip away like a bird in flight back to those hills, the place that I call home.
The wonderful Martha Bassett. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Mollie O'Brien Rich Moore.
Well, I went to the river, but I couldn't get across.
That's our show for today, folks. Thanks to all the musicians for sharing your music. This show was produced by Pat Lawrence with assistance from the Reeves Theater. Our background music today was provided by Russell Kelly.
And as always, a special thanks to our home, the historic Reeves Theater and Cafe in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. You can follow the entire Reeves Theater calendar at reevestheater.com and also on Facebook.
A big thanks to the band tonight, Sarah Howell Miller, Fiona Burdett, Russell Kelly, Alex McKinney, and Pat Lawrence.
And all the folks on the technical staff, Jeff Irving, Russell McCumber, with help from Corey Myers, Anna Leonard, and Erica Frazier.
Thanks for listening to our show. Remember, you can follow the entire schedule, listen to our past radio shows, and subscribe to our podcast at marthabassettshow.com. Until next week, take good care of yourselves and each other.